Well, the U.S. airstrike on an Iranian general has some concern about the possibility of war and reinstating the draft.
Over the weekend, the website of the government agency in charge of keeping the Selective Service database saw a big surge. So how does the draft work? Good question. Here's Heather Brown.
When hashtag World War III trended on Friday, most of the tweets were political statements, personal reactions, and a lot of memes like this one that got 36,000 likes. How all of the college kids who didn't read the fine print of the FAFSA application will be looking in 6 months. Within hours, the Selective Services website was overwhelmed, they say, due to the spread of misinformation, as some were asking serious questions like, will there be a draft?
For many of the thousands who watched the drawing with bated breath,
the Selective Service is clear about this, saying Congress and the president would need to pass official legislation to authorize a draft. The draft was first used in the U.S. during the Civil War and then through almost every war through Vietnam.
September 14th.
It ended in 1973. Today's 1.2 active duty military members are all volunteers. That's about 0.5% of the U.S. adult population under 65.
That said, men 18 to 25 are still required to register with the Selective Service system. That's been the law since the Carter administration. It's supposed to be done within 30 days of their 18th birthday. Most do it when they get their driver's license or apply for federal college aid. Right now, more than 90% of eligible young men in the U.S. are registered.
It's against the law not to register. It's not commonly prosecuted, but you can't work for the government or get federal financial aid without it. Now, if you register, that does not mean you would be drafted. Again, Congress would have to pass legislation and the president would have to sign it. And if that happened, the men would be chosen by random lottery and the year they were born. Heather Brown, WCCO 4 News.
Right now, a federal commission is studying possible changes to the Selective Service, like should women be eligible?
Or perhaps only people with special skills. Their report is due in March. If you have a good question for Heather, just email it by going to WCCO.com/links.